I know sometimes you get tired of dealing with the cards that you was dealt. Certain circumstances that you couldn't control. Certain outcomes that you were put in that you really didn't have a say-so over. Certain things that happened to you that you really didn't have any control over or authority over. And that's a part of life. There's other people that are born into higher positions, born into better circumstances, and there's us that we didn't really come from too much. We didn't have an inheritance that we were born into. The people that were supposed to build for you didn't build. So now you building by yourself. You trying to figure life out by yourself. Or at least that's what it feel like. But I'm here to tell you, you feel me? We all going through it. The ones that's trying to be a better person. The ones that's trying to build a legacy for their family. The ones that's trying to grow and become a better person and be the person that's an example for the people that's around you. We all growing. We all trying to go through the same things, and we are going through the same things. And some of those things are things that try to hold us back, things that try to blind us from where we're going. And I know for a lot of us, it's the negative emotions that we deal with. It's the pain that we deal with. It's the circumstances that we didn't have any control over that we had to go through and dig ourselves out of. So to deal with those negative emotions, you have to understand that first of all, you have to embrace it. You have to understand that that was something that happened to you. And a lot of times it happens to us as kids. A lot of times it happens to us when we're vulnerable. But the way that you know you growing up, you growing out of it, you getting over it, you starting to accept that that was something that happened to you, or you starting to accept that, okay, this is how I'm feeling about this. You know, you getting in a better headspace when you start to talk about it. When you can start to have it in a conversation and it not bother you so much. When it becomes a chapter in your story and not the whole book. So what you have to do is you start allowing these emotions to not control you. You control the emotion. You control how you think about it. You control the way that you process it. You control every aspect of it instead of letting it control you. Okay, it happened to me. Now I moved on. Talk about it if you got to talk about it. Most of the time we need to talk about it. Talk about it to the people that you trust. Somebody that's going to really hear you out. I know we all got that one person that we normally can go to, or even not, then, you feel me, talk about it with God. That should be at the end all be all who we talk to about anything, you feel me? So you got to learn how to deal with these emotions as you go through life. It's going to be hard times that come. It's going to be times where your money may be low. Your health may not be the best. You may feel lonely. You start to move away and detach from certain people that you've always felt like you was going to be around. And it hurts. I'm not taking that away from you. It does. How do I know? Because I went through it. Going from being alone to where it's like I don't feel like I can count on nobody. I don't feel like I can talk to nobody. I don't feel like I got nobody to go to. I don't feel like I got people that I can trust or people that have best interest for me. Feeling like I'm going through certain things and circumstances alone. And then I come across people that I meet along the way that I start to relate to. They going through the same pain. They going through, sometimes, a lot of times it'll be things that they going through that may be a lot worse than my situations. And the way that you feel better about your situation is when you can help somebody else in their situation. While you're going through a situation, while you're going through a negative circumstance, while you're going through negative emotions. That's what I call a real one. When I can put my problems aside and help on somebody else. Put my focus to somebody else. Because at the end of the day, we all supposed to be here to help each other. We all supposed to be here to help each other grow. Be here to build off each other. Be here to network and do better things in life with each other. Because at the end of the day, we all leave this world. We lead the world, but how you gonna lead the world? Are you gonna be a follower or are you gonna be a leader? And on this channel, we about being leaders. You feel me? We about growing. We about being purposeful. So dealing with these negative emotions, it's not easy. Because a lot of times people run to certain things that they feel like take those emotions away. How do I know again? Because I was that person. Run into weed, run into sex, you feel me? Run into different females, run into other problems or other things that distract me from my problems. But you deal with these emotions by actually giving it attention, by actually sitting and assessing, okay, why do I feel like this? How do I feel like this? Where is this feeling coming from? Where are these thoughts coming from? Every thought that you have is not yours. But if you dwell on those negative thoughts, then that's what becomes your reality. That's what becomes the things that you focus on. So guess what? You got to change your mindset. Your mindset has to block out all of these negative thoughts and negative distractions that try to come around and focus on what you're consuming. Focus on the positive things that you can consume. Focus on the positive thoughts. Flip your perspective from a negative perspective to a positive perspective. And sometimes you over-consuming and under-producing. What are you consuming? What are you listening to out the day? Who are you listening to? Who has your attention? What are you scrolling and stopping at when you scrolling? You feel me? And it's those little things that you got to focus on that will, over the course of time, better your mentality. It'll better your mental. It'll better your focus. It'll better your discipline. So you have to pour into those areas and be intentional with growing in those areas. Be intentional with the things that you're consuming, the things that you're focusing on, the people that you're around, the environment that you're around. And at the end of the day, you have the power and the capability to remove yourself from negative environments, from negative people, and place yourself in a better environment or become that better environment. You feel me? And at the end of the day, it's gonna feel like a tug on the inside. It's gonna feel like you going at war with yourself. And it feels like that because you're pulling yourself from negative things. You're pulling yourself from things that serve you no purpose into things that help you become better, into things that make you focus, into things that add to your discipline, add to your growth. So yeah, it'll be tough in the beginning with these emotions that you got to deal with, these things that you have to go through. And you're not going through it on your own. You're not going through it alone. But what you got to do is stay focused. What you got to do is have a target that you're aiming for. Know where you're going. You feel me? Lock in with God so that y'all can do things together. Because you can't do it on your own. Remove yourself from negative environments and build an environment that serves you. Build an environment that you can serve others. And y'all feed off each other, and that's how you grow. So stop running. Deal with the emotions. Deal with the circumstances. Like I said, I'm not taking anything away. I know some people, it's some people that's in tough circumstances. It's some people that's in difficult things that they're going through. But what makes you stronger is if you got the endurance to keep going.